Welcome to Lunch with Legacy Leaders, a weekly talk show with local and national thought leaders on issues impacting the Black community. Now, introducing our host, Miss Ann Marie Sorrell.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lunch with Legacy Leaders. I am your host, Ann Marie Sorrell, President and CEO of the Mosaic Group. Thank you for tuning in this afternoon. We are super excited about our broadcast today and our guest in the studio. First, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Broward Health and the Florida Lottery, for their support of this broadcast. And for some, he needs no introduction, but for those who do not know, my good friend, Patrick Franklin, President and CEO of the Urban League of Palm Beach County, I'd like to welcome Patrick to the broadcast.
Thank you, Ann Marie. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on with your Lunch with Legacy Leaders. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. You and I go way back.
Wait, a little bit too far. These years are going by way too fast.
Way too fast, and it's because of you and your leadership at the Urban League of Palm Beach County that I became a urban leaguer for life when I joined the movement back in 2003, I think it
Great,
was.
as a young professional.
As a young professional,
And
yes.
you're still young.
Yes, I am.
You're still young. That's right.
So, for those who don't know you, Patrick, I'm just going to read your bio
Make it
briefly.
short. Make it short.
I'll try to make it as short as possible. Patrick Franklin is recognized is a recognized visionary and vibrant community leader who successfully transferred and expanded corporate management, operational expertise, interpersonal skills, and business acumen to the nonprofit industry. A notable advocate, bridge builder, and voice of the community, he is an active member on prominent local boards as another way of expressing and extending an unwavering commitment to leading and serving others. Patrick is currently the president and CEO of the Urban League of Palm Beach County, a nonprofit affiliate of the National Urban League, serving in this capacity since 2002. Today, Urban League of Palm Beach County has a staff of 34 full-time employees, 7 part-time, and a total operating budget of $5 million. The Urban League currently serves over 18,000 clients annually. Through Patrick's leadership and mentoring, he has realized major accomplishments, namely a multi-year national award-winning New Lights Youth Group, creation of a secondary nonprofit for housing development, secured funding for existing and new program funding in all core areas of service, transformed core housing division first-time homeowners to pre- and post-foreclosure business during 2008 housing crisis, while continuing to expand and improve facilities to serve more clients. Patrick graduated with his Bachelor of Science degree in physics from Southern University and a Master's of Business Administration from Florida International University. Patrick is a recipient of numerous awards for his community leadership. So welcome again, Patrick.
Ann Marie, thank you. And I'm glad you didn't go too much more in that bio. Thank you. It's been a pleasure since I never thought I would be here for all these years so far. I'm going into my 19th year almost, and it's been a pleasure because I recognized early on that the need in our community for change and for help is great, and it exists in so many levels and in so many areas. And we here at the Urban League are really just doing our part to make sure that we can help those in need.
Absolutely. Well, for those who don't know exactly what the Urban League of Palm Beach County is or what you do, can you inform our audience of what the Urban League is?
Yeah, the Urban League of Palm Beach County is part of the National Urban League. We are an affiliate, one of 8 urban leagues here in the state of Florida, and we serve Palm Beach County. We work in areas. Our mission is very short. How do we assist African Americans and other minorities to achieve social and economic equality? Short mission statement, and all of our 22 programs that we do fall underneath that umbrella statement. We work in housing, economic empowerment, anything to do with housing to keep a roof over a family's head or an individual. That's what we work on. If it's be a first-time home buyer, Is it be someone that needs a little helping hand to get rental assistance? If it's someone who's faced the other end of foreclosure, that's what we do. So we work with whatever it takes to put and keep a roof over somebody's head. We work with families. We work with those parents to make sure they have a good job, a good paying job. We will upgrade your job as high as we can with your abilities and your skills. We work with the children in the family to make sure that they are finding and staying on the right path to finish their middle school and high school and go on to college, work, and life. We work with kids in various capacities for after school programs, for STEM after school programs. We work with a group that we call our National Achiever Society. They are all kids that make all A's and B's, and we celebrate them and lift them up and say, how do we push this group that actually absolutely get that education is the absolute key to moving out of this poverty cycle and into the next realm to be a good community citizen. So we wrap our arms around a family in any which way we can. And when we do that, most families come to us for economic reasons. And then we find out what are the other layers that we can help you with: your children, your community, your housing, your job, your health. We do all these things. We have a food pantry on Fridays here at the Urban League on our Tamron office. We do AIDS testing. We do a whole lot of different things. A lot of people don't realize that we also have an office in Broward and in Miami, where we work with and assist our seniors to get back into the job market. And it's a process where we have 250 seniors that we're working with that are looking to get back into work. Not only that they need the money, but they need the socialization, they need the networking, they need to get back because they can't sit home and watch TV all day long. So we find ways to engage where our community needs us. So when you look at all the different things we do, we just held a massive food drive on last Saturday, our second one this summer, where we touched 1,100 families each time and gave them food for a week, because we realize in the times we're in right now, people are hurting.
Yeah.
People are hurting, and people need to be able to eat. Unemployment checks are coming few and far in between. The federal government stopped their stipends 3-4 weeks ago. Okay, so and the jobless rate is still climbing. We're still at numbers that historically are all-time highs. So the general public right now is feeling the same unemployment rate or more than what we have felt as African Americans over years. So when you see that the national unemployment rate's at 13%, hell, we've been there for years. African Americans, we've been 13, 15, 20, whatever number you want to put it at, if you really want to put a good number at. So I think the general population is feeling what we felt and have been feeling for a long time. So that's who we are as the Urban League, and we worked hand in hand with our other urban leagues across the state. We are a consortium, and I would say by far, when you look at all the other 85 urban leagues across this country, when you look at the state of Florida, there's no other group better than us. We have the best urban leagues in the state of Florida that I will put up against any urban leagues in the country. And I start with the Queen Bee in Broward, Dr. Jermaine Smith Barr. She's our leader, and what a wonderful leader. So we all work together to do the same type of programs and jobs, but we're not cookie cutter. I don't do exactly what Broward does. They don't do exactly what I do, because everything is local. What fits in my local community may not fit in Broward, may not fit in Orlando, but my programs fit with my clients and my community residents here in Palm Beach County.
Absolutely. Well, you've been doing an amazing job for years, and I absolutely love the mission of the Urban League in general. And for those who don't know, it's the oldest or the second oldest. I know between NAACP,
The Urban League is the oldest civil rights organization
Yes,
Right.
the oldest civil rights organization in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so happy to continue to be a part of the movement, and that's what we always say, yours in the movement.
Always, once an urban leaguer, always an urban leaguer.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So the Urban League's motto, empowering communities, changing lives. How relevant is this today than say 10, 50 years ago?
More than ever, right now. I'm seeing people over the last 10 years that would not have come to the Urban League for assistance and help. They may have been volunteers or donors 10 years ago, and they come into us, and it is very evident. If you were at our food giveaway Saturday, you had white, Hispanic, Asian, African American, Caribbean. You had everybody there, okay, coming for help. And they came as they are, and we accept them as they are. I don't care if you drive up in your Escalade or in your hoopty. We served you, okay? And those individuals, people are hurting more now than ever before. So empowering community and changing lives, that stands tall right now, and I don't see it changing. Anne Marie, if I could, in my lifetime, if I could put myself out of work and put the Urban League in the rearview mirror with what we do, I would be happy to do that. But right now, we're front and center. We're front and center on the front lines, and we are there because people need us, and people are coming to us for help and support.
Absolutely. Now, with so many issues that impact the Black community, health disparities, wealth disparities, economic disparities. I know that
disparities, you name it.
You name it, we our community faces it, and I know that the National Urban League just dropped a few days ago the new State of Black America.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to shed some light on that, and do you see this ever changing?
The National Urban League for the last 35 years. I think if you go back to Vernon Jordan when he led the National Urban League, and it might be longer, but he started the State of Black America report on an annual basis. And what he wanted to do was to show the disparities, to show the gaps in wealth, in income, in housing, in education, to show where we are as a Black American and a white American. Where do we exist on the same platform? And this report has taken off over the years. Yes, we did release the State of Black America for 2020, and it's showing that the disparities are getting wider, and the amount of space between a white family and a Black family is getting larger. And I don't see it changing right now because COVID has just absolutely exasperated and made it even worse now. I mean, we took 3 steps back with COVID. Okay, we didn't even try. All the gains that we were moving forward for in 2020 were erased and gone backwards. And it's going to hit us like a ton of bricks coming up, because I anticipate that we're going to be back at 2008, 2009 housing issues in the very near future. We're going to have lines of people trying to understand, why am I about to lose my home? Well, I lost my job 3 months ago. Unemployment went away 3 weeks ago. Where am I paying what am I using to pay my bills? Okay. We don't have a trust fund to go back onto. We don't have savings of any magnitude to go back to for the average Black family that only has less than $5,000 of net worth wealth built up over years.
Yeah.
So when you have a very small amount of reserves to even depend upon, and you going through those reserves because that's what I need to do to put food on the table for my family, Lord help us as far as when it comes to the point of 6 months later, I still have to pay that mortgage note.
Yeah.
And where's that going to come from? And we still have a high unemployment. But the State of Black America for 2020 continues the path of disparities and the gaps between housing, education, wealth, loans, business loans to small Black businesses as compared to other majority businesses. you name the category, and the wealth gap and the gap between the haves and the have-not are growing exponentially over and over again. We have to find a way to do it, because if not, Ann Marie, we're going to have a larger issue between the haves and the have-nots. That's coming.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And, that leads me to my next question. When you say we have to find a way to do it, some say we have to first deal with our own issues and not rely on government or others to fix, quote unquote, our problems.
Yes.
What do you say to this sentiment?
Well, we've always struggled with black on black crime. We've always struggled with biases, you name it, within our own community. But the underlying issue is always it always comes back to a few solid issues: a good job, a good education, and the ability to succeed. And if you take those main things away from you, then your ability to prosper and provide is limited. Okay, when we look at the issues within our community, look, no one wants to live in a blighted, rundown, crime infested, drug infested community. I don't care what people will say. Nobody wants that. And I don't know of anybody who advocates that I love living in this type of environment. Okay, and how do we as an organization, as I don't know, the people that people look up to, how do we address this? We have to first give people hope. We have to give them the ability to prosper on their own. And if we can't do that, then we're not doing our job. So we're still constantly working to better someone's job position, better their career path, help them in their housing, help them understand the differences between the different mortgages that they're signing their life away to. We're doing our part to educate our kids on prevention out of the criminal justice system. A lot of our work with our youth is on the prevention side. How do we make sure that they don't get caught up in the system? Okay, how to make sure that they're not another statistic that we have to look at? How do we make sure that they're not part of another victim of gun violence? Okay, all these things are areas that the Urban League has been working on for many, many, many years. We've had good success, but it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough. We're going to have to continue to find ways to make sure that our kids don't get into gangs, make sure that they don't go off the path of education, that they stay on that path, that we help and provide them with means summer jobs, that we provide after school support where needed. I still think that the Black family still has to stay together, still has to be the rock of our community. And I praise and honor all of our single parent mothers who are keeping these families together with their children and providing for them and doing the right thing to understand what it takes to be on that path. And we're going to have to first, like everything, when our community says enough is enough, internally, when we say enough is enough, then we may see some really significant changes within our own environment, because we can't rely on the federal government to make all the changes. That's not going to happen. You can see it's evident for the last 3.5 years. An absence of federal government support has been evident in what we have seen and what we do. Okay, we've struggled from a nonprofit perspective to provide the funds and the services and the programs to our community, because for the last 3.5 years we've been fighting to stay alive, basically. So we're looking forward to a change in November, but we also need help from our families internally and our families within our communities. Tell us what you need, work with us, and then help us all stay on path towards success.
Right. So when you say from our families in our community, because there are those who definitely continuously need the services that the Urban League provide, and so they can share their needs. But for those who are not in need, who are able to help, what can the community do to further our community do to further help with, you know, what you're doing? I mean, you're serving 18,000 families a year. That's a lot of people. So what can the community do?
The community can, well, first of all, the community residents who can come and volunteer. Now, I know we're in a COVID environment. Yes, my doors are not open to the public, but we're doing everything virtual, just like what we're doing today. We're working remotely and effectively. We're holding the third night of a housing counseling class. We have over 50 people on a virtual housing counseling class, and we're getting it done. So there are opportunities to volunteer, but there are also opportunities for those who have the resources to support organizations like the Urban League. We are always open to donors, because right now in the time of COVID and what's happening, we're trying to provide as many services to people remotely. Look, we had a donor. We've been doing this for the last 12 years now, that we give laptop computers to our graduating seniors. That costs money.
Yeah.
And without the support of donors to help us do that, we had donors that made 28 high school seniors. They put a big smile on their face when we handed them their first and only laptop for them, that they're going to take and go to college with now. But we could use as many donors as possible, always, to support our activities. And we are constantly putting information on our website, ulpbc.org, for people to go and review and look at what we're doing. We do a constant update of what we've accomplished, what we've gone through, what we're looking forward to. And I encourage people to get involved. Maybe if it's not with Urban League, get involved with another nonprofit in your area. Don't just sit there and just wait that somebody else is going to do it. Get involved. That's one thing, and you can do it via volunteering. You can do it via your treasure, your hard-earned treasure, to share with us, so that we can share with other people in need. Those are just two ways.
Absolutely. And I definitely want to reiterate those two. So volunteering, even in a virtual environment, there's ways to volunteer. And then donating to the cause, no matter how small or large you're able to donate.
Absolutely. We are, the next 74 days right now are going to determine the path towards our future. Okay, the next 74 days. Please, everyone, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it again. Vote, vote, vote. If you request your vote by mail, and as soon as you get it, vote. Turn it back in. Okay. If you're gonna do early voting, vote as early as you can. But please make sure that you know that your registration is up to date, that you know where your polling place is. Make sure that all the information about you is correct. Make sure that there's no issue for you not to participate in the general election on November 3rd. Do your homework right now. Prepare yourself to vote, and then vote as quickly as you can. As quickly as you can. Do not hesitate. None of us are guaranteed that we're going to vote on election day. If you have that type of power and you have that knowledge that you're going to be here physically on November 3rd, let me know, okay? Because I want to drink some of that water too, all right? But we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So that's why I say vote as quickly as you can. Cast your ballot, because every vote counts.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we last night, and this is a nonpartisan discussion, of course, but last night the Democratic Party had their convention. Well, it's been for the past few days, but history was made where Kamala Harris accepted the nomination for vice president of the, for the party to run for vice president for the United States. So with that, the international, because people are protesting across the world.
Yes.
Black Lives Matter, everything. People are woke, and not just Black people. People are woke. So is this our time? And what exactly does that mean if it is our time?
Well,
what do we do at this moment?
I think that it is our time, because what gives me the biggest hope right now is that there were so many people who did not look like us participating. So many young people. If you go back to what President Obama said about 6 weeks ago, he said that all of the big movements in our country over the years have been led by young people. Every large movement in this country, every big change in direction has been led by young people. That gives me the biggest hope, because the movement that we're in right now is being led by young people, and it's a cross section of people who don't look like us, and that to me is the key. And they're not stopping, and I applaud them because they understand the issue of now, okay? And they're not going to sit back and take this anymore. And they basically said enough is enough. So I think it has legs, and I think what's going to really catapult it forward is that we're in an election year, okay? And that's going to keep the fire fueled in a way that we haven't seen before. And it's going to be up to us to embrace these young people for change, and listen to them very as intently as we can, share our experiences with them, but also listen to them to understand that they are the fuel to the fire. Okay, they are the fuel to the fire.
Absolutely, I agree with that, and it's so refreshing to see the movement of young people just really getting out there and fighting for it. And I just really hope that translates into votes.
Look, Ann Marie, I am a proponent of voters registration. We definitely need to keep that going. But if you don't cast a ballot, then all the preparation, all the work, all the talk goes out the window. This is not about. I heard this morning on the Madison show that somebody was saying, I'm going to show them by not voting. Oh, hell no! You're not going to show anybody by not voting. We need you to show up and vote. Okay.
Right.
It's not about I'm going to hold my vote because I don't agree with either side.
Right. Which I'm hearing that, and that's so crazy.
That look, we need participation. We need first of all, you need to educate yourselves on the issues, and then make a decision and participate. Okay. Sitting out is not the answer. It's not the answer whatsoever. Getting people to vote and getting them out, and I will go. I think the first vote cast for this election is in 53 days. Okay, the first vote that's going to be open for early voting is in 53 days, and I forget what part of the country. But I go back to my statement I made earlier. As soon as you can, make your vote known and cast your ballot. Okay, acquire your ballot and make sure it happens. Don't let people turn you away. Don't let people turn you around. Don't let anybody discourage you, because people are out there to discourage you, to make sure that to tell you that your vote doesn't matter. That's BS. Okay.
Yeah.
And all the issues with the post office and everything else. Let's find a way to make sure that we put your ballot in the box. Okay.
Exactly.
Find a way to put your ballot in the box. There isn't one way to vote. There are many ways to vote. Find a way that suits your abilities and suits the way that you want to do it, but make sure you get it done.
Absolutely, I agree. Now, what do you have coming up with Urban League of Palm Beach County?
Urban League of Palm Beach County, October 3rd would be our third food giveaway here at the Urban League, October 3rd. We anticipate another 1,100 families. But Ann Marie, the biggest program that we got coming out right now is Reclaim Your Vote, a National Urban League initiative where we're going to work within our communities to inform, to register, to educate, and to get people involved in the process, make them aware of their voting parameters, make sure they understand where they vote. It's going to be a full-out effort to make sure that we reclaim the vote, that we get people participating in this election. It is important. Along those same lines is that we're still working the Census 2020.
Yes.
I can't tell you how important a good census count is right now. And we're not where we should be right now. We're about 50. We're still in the upper 50% bracket of completion. That's not going to cut it, okay? Because if we don't count all the people who live in our community, then we're going to get less federal funding for all of our programs, our after-school programs, our governmental programs, our child support programs, even down to funding for programs that we offer through the Urban League. Everybody is going to suffer. The people who need support the most, that you look to for all of your support mechanisms, all the areas that you go look for help, will be affected by a low census count, because we're going to have to deal with the results for 10 more years. So it's important right now that everyone completes the census, answer the phone when the census calls you. People, they're calling because of COVID. They're calling. I know I filled out my census months ago, and I've gotten 2 phone calls over the past couple of weeks to verify the information that I sent in. So it's not a hoax. They are really from the census. Please answer the phone and answer their questions. They're doing follow-up to what you provide, but it's so important right now. If we miss the boat on the census, we're going to be suffering for 10 years. And it goes a long way. So when you look at census first and then voting second, okay? Those are our 2 top priorities right now. Of course, we're doing other things like emergency rental assistance for those who need that type of help through programs with the county. We continue to do housing counseling to get people into their home, or to keep a roof over their heads. All those things are very important. I'm very much waiting to see how the school system shakes out right now. We got stop in virtual classrooms. We are preparing right now for our after school programs to work within the school system. So that's all coming up right now. But for the most part, our focus is in on the census and in on getting out the vote and educating our people on the issues, and make sure that they can make and cast their ballot accordingly.
Awesome. That's great. Last question.
Okay.
What are some words of inspiration that you can leave with our audience? Everybody's just on a different scale of what's happening. Still a lot of uncertainties. What inspiration can you leave with our audience?
I talk with my staff at our staff meetings now. We're into 24 weeks of working remotely. And I talk about 2 things that I'm constantly going over is mental health and physical fitness. Okay. Mental health and physical fitness. And I encourage my staff to take a minute out of each day and go take a walk. Okay. Go ride your bike, go swimming, go do something. Don't just sit there, sit at your desk or sit on that couch and work, or sit in that chair. Get up and do something. Okay. This is not a time for you to say, "Oh my God, I gained 30 pounds while I was sitting at home." Get active, okay? Change the way in which you do your daily routine. But at the same time, I'm also very much aware of the mental health of our staff, because we're working in a different environment. We're under different restrictions. I have a lot of young folks who are single, I'm saying, are you calling your family members? Are you calling your neighbor? Are you calling coworkers? Or are you having conversations with someone other than yourself every day? Okay. So I'm very much aware of the mental and physical. I would just like to tell everybody, look, stay focused. We will get through this. Um, this will not take us out. And if you need help, call someone. Okay, call someone, and don't just sit there and think that you're suffering through this by yourself. No, we all are. Okay, wear your mask. I can't tell you how many masks I wear and keep in my car and within arm's reach in my pocket, wherever. Wear your mask for your safety and your fellow neighbor's safety, and just make sure that you do the best you can to stay safe and stay healthy. Okay, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay healthy, because we will get through this. But we all need each other to help to get through this. Um, don't listen to all this flutter in the air. Wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay out of crowds. Okay, keep it simple, and we will get through this together.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We have a couple of announcements, so just stay with us for a minute, Patrick. So for those who, if you have not picked up the current issue, which is our 40 under 40 issue, please make sure you check it out at miamediagroup.com. You don't want to miss it. Congratulations again to all of the honorees who are under 40 and just doing amazing things throughout South Florida. The winner, that's have to announce the winner. So last week we had a $50 gift card giveaway. And so the winner of the Legacy South Florida $50 giveaway is Miss Whitney Lubin. Congratulations to you. You will receive an email today, yes, to claim your prize. And as a bonus, now this is amazing, right? As a bonus, Whitney, you'll receive a complimentary advertisement in the MIA Media Group's e-newsletter. So whatever you got to promote your business or not, this is a great opportunity to do so. Congratulations again, Whitney. We'll have other giveaways, so you got to continue to stay tuned and make sure you stay up to date with Legacy and MIA Media. Now, in addition to that, Legacy has partnered with the National Black Economic Conference, which is kicking off tomorrow and Saturday. You do not want to miss the lineup. There is still time to register, and as a compliment and thanks to the generosity of the sponsors of the conference, we do have a special promo code for those who want to attend but maybe going through a hard time right now. So we have a promo code for you where you can register for the full conference using the access code SPONSOR50. So it's for the first 50 people or so, that signs up. So don't miss out, because we did start this promo yesterday. So you want to go ahead and register as soon as you can using that promo code SPONSOR50. The lineup is amazing. Former NBA player Walter Bond, NBC Universal's Yvette Miley. We have One United Bank President and CEO Kevin Coey. So among 50 plus thought leaders. So you do not want to miss this conference. It's going to be virtual. So no matter where you are, you can tune in to the virtual conference. And Patrick, I'll be sending you more information.
Please. That's a great lineup. That's a great lineup.
Absolutely. You can register at nationalblackeconomicconference.com. That's nationalblackeconomicconference.com. Again, if you need to attend but can't afford the ticket price, use the code SPONSOR50. And next week, we will be joined by Frank Hayden, who is the director of the Office of Equal Opportunity at the City of West Palm Beach. He is also the president of the Black Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. Definitely want to hear all the great things that's coming up with the Black Chamber of Commerce, as well as what opportunities are with the City of West Palm Beach. So you want to make sure you tune in next week. And thank you so much again, Patrick, for joining us today. This information was so helpful. I really hope that people will share this video and also, contact the Urban League if you need any assistance, or if you know anyone that need any assistance. And most importantly, please contact the Urban League to volunteer, to donate, to learn about voting options, or to learn how you can spread the word about the census.
Absolutely. Ann Marie,
right.
thank you so much for having me here today to join you.
No problem. Thank you. So thank you guys for tuning in again. Make sure you share and invite others to mark their calendar every Thursday at noon. Thank you.